as the two of you get to the town, it is very, very late. And so things are starting to wind down. You come across very few citizens. Most of the people have gone back to their homes. You can go try and go check one of the bars for drinks or something, or you can go look for an inn. What would you guys like to do as you have just arrived?
I need a drink after the day I've had.
All right.
Drink.
So you make your way over to a bar called Five Ales Bar.
5 ale?
Man,
Unfortunately. The stanky leg.
Not the stanky leg.
And this one is actually quite rowdy right now, as it does seem to be peak business hours coming off. There seems to be a lot of people that are finishing up from some of their mining gigs, and they also are looking for a drink. So you guys head into the bar?
Yeah.
All right.
Are there any plants around when we walk in?
So the town itself has some plants. There's a few trees in the area, just like some grass on the side of the buildings, but a lot of it is paved road.
They don't have any like plants in the bar, like a little potted plant or like a
Make an
flowers
investigation
in the
check.
bar.
All right. So you rolled 13. You do see back in the corner of the bar, there is one plant. It's just kind of sitting there. Like the bartender, he maybe thought it would be a decent decoration, but there's not a whole lot to it. Most of it is just taking up space for the tables and the bar counter itself. It's a little rowdy, so you might have to walk past all the denizens of the bar, but there's a plant there. So what do you do?
And Enyala doesn't like big crowds, so she is looking for a place to retreat a little bit. So she would like to maybe plant herself in that pot.
Okay. You
Which is
go
just
up.
her like sitting crisscross applesauce in it and just absorbing nutrients, I guess, from the dirt. Like that's her drink, I guess, because she doesn't really, like
She doesn't.
she
Oh
can't
yeah, she
drink
doesn't
alcohol.
drink. You, James. Hold on, Kaldreg. You see your companion, who's been following you pretty closely this whole time, walk over to the corner of the bar and just sit down. The pot is not quite big enough for you to actually like sit in it, so you sit down next to it and just kind of stick your hands in the pot, and you stare at the plant. You're just making eye contact with the plant.
I don't like crowds. I'm a hermit.
And take that information how you will, but you want a drink, so you go sit down.
I'm like a little annoyed and confused why the tree person is even following me in the first place, but she won't go away. So I'm just kind of like, I see this in the corner and I just kind of like, ugh, okay. And I just like let it happen. And I go to the other opposite side of the bar or whatever, and I order a big old pint of ale.
All right, you sit down. Real quick, roll me a d20.
Oh, one.
Ooh.
So you
Off to a
have
good start.
1 silver of funds left over, which is enough to get you a couple drinks. You might need to go looking for some work here if you want to sustain yourself for whatever journey you have upcoming after this.
Yeah.
But you have enough to get yourself alcohol right now.
All right. I asked the bartender how much for a glass of water for the tree over there.
The bartender looks over. I'll just go. It's on the house.
I need to water that plant anyway.
The plant needs
Alright.
some water anyway.
A glass of water for the tree and whatever this gets me.
All right, that'll be 4 copper pieces, please. It's
Alright,
very
I'm
interesting.
spiraling the drain of poverty here.
You've had a long journey and you're running low on funds. You might need to find some work here to sustain yourself. Anyway, but you'll figure that in a bit. You have your drink. Enyala, while you're sitting there, a lady walks over. She's got a jug of water, and she motions to like pour it into the pot. Like, do you stop her?
I am Enyala.
Hello. I've got water for the plant. Like, do you need water?
May I grow my finger? And like tell her just like sit it on the table and like grow my finger into the jug to like a root?
She'll.
Like
well,
a
you're
root?
sitting in the corner. There's no table next to you. You're in the corner next to a potted plant.
Okay, yeah, she can just pour it in the dirt.
She
like
pours.
like she's watering the plant.
She waters the plant. There's some water left over. She's like, I'll just leave this here for you. And she sets the jug down next to you. So you've got the jug next to you. It's on the floor. You want to put your finger in that?
Like a straw. Like a straw.
From the other side, James, roll a perception check.
Oh no.
Why is it blank? Oh, 20. Okay, you do see her.
No.
You glance over mid-drink, and you just see your tree follower stick her finger into the glass, and like it kind of expands, and you see like this system of roots just sort of come up and they just start, like, you know how like when roots in a potted plant, you pull the pot out and you just see like the roots everywhere at the bottom of the thing. Her finger has now encompass the entirety of the bottom of this jug, and the water is slowly draining from it, and like you can only imagine that she is now slurping it up like a straw through her finger.
Can I make the noise to slurp so I feel like I'm involved with everybody else drinking?
Yes,
It's encouraged.
You don't know where the noise
Discord
is
is muting it, but we can just kind of guesstimate where you are. Oh, and we're in a
So I just kind of mutter under my breath. I'm like, well, by Bayanor's beer, that's something.
By Banos, that's something.
Can
I just wave at him?
It's just awkward.
The Dryad just kind of looks at you and waves. It's like, hi.
So I kind of look around to see if anybody's seeing this, and like
a few of the members of the bar, like they've noticed there's a tree sitting. Nobody really wants to like move and interact with it because it's a fucking tree that is
how
living.
are like in this D&D world, are my type of people common? Like, would they see others of me?
I feel like they're kind of
They
rare.
don't come out of the forest very often. It's the kind of thing like they've heard stories of this.
You know about them, but
They know about them. You're the thing of legends that people are like.
I like Bigfoot.
Kind of, yeah. So people are a little intrigued seeing you, especially dip your finger in the glass and just absorb it. So you're getting a couple looks. You also notice, Kaldreg, that she's getting a couple looks, and you're like, oh my god, this is the person that's following me.
yeah, I kind of like bury my face a little bit, but I kind of like lift my drinks to be like, yeah, hey, and just kind of nod to the tree, and then like kind of look away.
And look away. All right. So, how long does it take you to finish your drink there, Kaldreg?
like about a second or two.
All right, you're done pretty quick. You think it might be a good idea to maybe go out and try and look and see. It's late in the evening.
Yeah.
You can check to see if there's an inn.
I'll ask the bartender.
The bartender. Okay, so she walks up. Yes, how can I help you?
Oi, where can I spend the night and the rest of me short little wee legs?
Well, there's a few towns. There's a few towns. There's a few inns in town. We've got the Black Cat Inn, the Iron's Respite over on the south side of town. I'd recommend honestly the Black Cat Inn. It's one of the better ones in town. But if you're short on change, the Iron's Respite will do for you. Those are the two that there's a couple others. I'm not too familiar with them. I don't travel around that much, but that's probably what you want to look for if you're looking for one of those. Is there anything else I can help you with? Do you need another drink?
No, that will be it for me. And then I'll tip her 1 copper on my way out.
Oh, thank you very much. She takes it, pockets it. And y'all roll a perception check.
Oh goodness.
All right. You do notice your dwarven companion has stood up and paid a tab, and he's starting to walk out. You're about 2/3 of the way through your drink. What do you do?
Did I see him tip the waitress lady?
You did, yes.
I think that's what you're supposed to do now that I've seen him do that.
Roll me a d20 real quick. All right. Your companion didn't know this, but you're actually pretty strapped. You got 15 silver pieces on you.
Okay, cool. I would like to, as I'm walking by, since I saw him doing that, I just want to lay 1 silver piece down for her and then follow him out.
Oh, much appreciated. And she pockets that, and
Did I notice how much money she had?
you glance behind you.
Can I keep my money and like, I'm a wood person.
You're a wood person.
I imagine like I have like a little like
A trunk.
knot, like a trunk.
You've got a knot.
I keep my coins in my belly.
Yeah. So James, Kaldreg, you look behind you, and this tree person who's been following you around, just kind of opens up their stomach, reaches their hand in, and grabs out a silver coin, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It looks like where chipmunks live.
Yeah.
And you've never seen this before. It's a little unsettling. Also a little unsettling to know that like she just had money, but she didn't really talk too much. She hasn't really communicated a lot with you, just kind of following you this whole time. So at the same time, you're kind of like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
You make your way out, and she's very clearly following you. So which one of the inns do you want to go towards?
I'm going to the cheap one.
The cheap one, so the Iron's Respite. All right, so you start walking. By now, the city streets have pretty much cleared out, and so there's not a whole lot of noise. There's a person or two walking by, but you don't hear a whole lot. So
While we're walking.
Yes, while you're walking.
I'm gonna be like, hey, tree. How much money you got in that trunk of yours?
I would like
count?
to just. I just want to.
Do you know how to count?
Counting is a concept. I just want to show him like my little chipmunk hole.
you open up your chipmunk hole to the door.
So like my armor is like moss and stuff. So like I'd like to think I just lift my moss up a little bit. And
so she lifts her moss flap. For her, it's her stomach. For you, it's about eye level. And you do see burrowed away, stashed away within her chipmunk hole is, you count, I don't know, like a dozen silver coins or something. You can't quite get a good number, but she's got money.
And I'm gonna be like, do you even know what you got there?
Trades for potions.
You even recognize one or two of the coins as some of the stuff that you did pay. So like you do recognize some of your own coins in there.
Yeah.
Imagine her; she's just staring at you, and her like she has one eye blinks and then the other eye blinks, kind of thing, while you're asking her these questions.
I'm just gonna be like, okay, just be like, right, this is going nowhere.
Can I reach my hands in my stomach and like pull out the coins and be like, "You need coins?"
Do you
like,
accept?
no, you can lower your kilt now.
I put them back in my stomach.
Yes, put them back, lower your kilt. I'm like looking around to make sure nobody's like seeing. That's weird.
Roll a perception check real quick.
Okay.
She's like kind of like hunched over, looking down at him.
Yeah, and I'm like, please stop lifting your.
My little vine tendrils just kind of dancing around him.
Okay. So you don't think you don't really see anybody around you. There's nothing. Nobody. The street seems to be empty at this point, so it's just the two of you out there, as far as you can tell.
Okay. And I'm gonna turn around. And
keep going. All right. So you continue down the streets. You walk for about a good 5 or so minutes. Think you're going in the proper direction, and when all of a sudden you hear the sound of scuffling, you're like, "Oh, no, please, no." It seems to be coming from a nearby alleyway. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna go and investigate.
You're gonna go and investigate. All right. So, it's pretty dark out, but you round the corner and you see at the end of the alleyway there is a dwarf. He seems like he's being accosted by two taller human-looking gentlemen. So I'm going to bring us to our very first battle map. All right.
Oh, look at you!
A lot of it should look
Little
pretty
guy?
dark.
Yeah, I'm a little guy.
All right. So it's dimly lit. There is a torch above them, so you can make out the shapes. but it very clearly looks like there's a dwarven gentleman who is being accosted by 2 humans. They haven't noticed you yet, but the dwarf, he does seem to be like, ugh. He looks up and does notice you. You have some light behind. He's like, hey, please help me over here. What do you do?
But they haven't noticed me?
Hearing him call out, one of the gentlemen, there's one guy, he's holding the dwarf by his, like, the scruff of his neck. The other guy turns around, the gentleman here on the bottom, and does turn around and look at you. Oi, what, why don't you just go right along there? Nothing to see here.
I'm gonna yell back at him and be like, oi, long legs.
How you think
how about you pick on somebody half your size?
You looking for a fight there?
I'll say, yeah, do you happen to know where I could find one?
I got one right here for you. All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Well, you're going before me.
You rolled a 16. Kaldreg, you are up first.
Yeah.
So you can move up to 5 little
Okay,
units.
I see.
Or you can dash and use your action to dash to move 50 or 10 units, 50 feet. But you are not currently in range unless you want to use like a ranged weapon if you have one. So.
Do I have one?
Yes. So you have right now. You got a one-handed, two-handed battle axe. You have a hand axe that you can probably throw. You also have, because you're a paladin, you have Searing Smite and Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame is a ranged spell that you can cast on them. Searing Smite is a spell that you can cast if you manage to hit them with one of your weapons. But they've stood up. One of the guys has a scimitar. The other guy does seem to be pulling out a crossbow. So it might be good to get
everyone
in.
has a crossbow. I want to fucking... what's the range on Sacred Flame? Can I hit
Sacred Flame has a range of 60 feet, and they are, I believe they're within range.
I mean, do it.
You can move closer and also cast it, but they'll have to make a dexterity saving throw against your roll. So if you want to move closer and cast it, then you can totally do that.
All right, I guess I'll move closer and then cast it. Yeah.
So you can drag your token up to 5 unit. Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah. So now you're definitely within range. The fellow on the bottom is the one with the crossbow. Yeah. The fellow up at the top who was holding the dwarf had the scimitar.
Okay, then I want to hit the guy in the fellow.
You want to hit the guy with the crossbow, you said?
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to roll a dex saving throw. All right. So you cast it on him, correct?
Yeah.
So he has to make a dex saving throw. I rolled 5. He does not make it. So roll... Yeah. So roll a d8.
5.
All right, 5. So he does take 5 points of radiant damage. So you see, all of you guys see the man who was pulling out his crossbow. He lights on fire, and he's like, "Oh, what? No, what?" And so he's starting to freak out. Roll an intimidation check real quick. A 19. All right. Both him and his partner see that he is caught on fire. The fire starts to fade, but he looks hurt. He does not look good. They're going to drop their weapons and like hold their hands like, we don't want no trouble. We'll just make our way out of here now if you don't mind. What do you so that's their turn. Kaylee, what do you want to do?
Hold on, let me look at something here. Okay. I want to move up beside him, and they're surrendering. Can I try to? I want to try to intimidate them to be more scared of us, I guess.
Okay.
Can I also try to intimidate them?
How do you want to intimidate them?
So I have those little Venus flytrap monsters on my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like make my hair like go up and like be all scary and just kind of grow a little bit and leave him alone?
Roll an intimidation check with advantage, because they're already pretty scared.
I feel this is he did that. and like I wanna.
You wanna help?
I wanna be tough.
You see your tree friend come up to the side of you. So.
I didn't know what that was.
But that's already plenty. The two dudes, you see one of them start to piss their pants. Like, they are thoroughly scared. Kaldreg, you look to your right and you see your tree friend who's been pretty docile and like kind of like weird and unsettling in their own right because they're a fucking walking tree. Now they're just plain scary. Like they've grown a good foot taller. Their hair is all flapping in the air. You're not really like, you're just more like set aback from it.
I'm a little shocked by it, but I'm like kind of impressed too.
Yeah. Like, you know, they're dumb as a box of rocks, but still, like, this is an impressive display here. The dudes.
I'm like, what was in that water? Miracle Bro.
That was Peter Popoff's miracle water. Okay.
Yeah.
So, they've basically surrendered. Are you guys going to allow them to run past you and escape?
Yeah, I'm gonna say kick rock.
I'd look down at him and be like, we let them leave.
So they don't even go to pick up their weapons. Like, they just want to get the fuck out of there. Like, his buddy's been burned. This is not the night that they thought they were gonna have. As they go to leave, the dwarf he kicks the one guy in the shins, like, oh no, and it's like he's like jump hobbling away. And so they have just abandoned the place. So now that concludes the combat.
I smack
Use
one
aloe
on
your
the way by.
burn.
You smack him in the ass?
Yeah, on the way by, I smack him on the ass.
All right.
I tell him to use aloe on his burn.
He doesn't know what aloe is, but he's like, they run away. They run down the street, and like, you guys lose sight of them. Like, they're gone. They've left their weapons on the ground. So there is now a basic scimitar and a light crossbow. And the dwarf there, he picks up the crossbow and is like, oh, I could sell this for some coin. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, are you all right, brother?
Oh yes, brother. Thanks. I really appreciate it, man. I didn't know if I was gonna make it out with my coin tonight. Can I buy you a drink?
And I say, yes. Well, you know, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I fucking owe you, man. I was gonna lose the coin anyway. Let me get you a drink here. Let's go find a pub here real quick.
And I was like, I could go for one more before calling it the night.
Oh, you speak my language, you do. And so he actually takes you guys to the direction of the Iron's Respite. Turns out it's an inn with a pub downstairs. It's not as good quality as the pub you guys were previously at. It looks like it's just kind of there for, you know, drinks and sleep, but it works. Roll for me both of you, if you want to, roll me a perception check real quick. 18, and then I'm actually gonna roll
I think I remember where this is right now.
I'm a perceptive little tree.
All right, so you're pretty deep in conversation with this dwarf that you just saved, James. Enyala, as you guys are walking out of that alleyway and through streets, you do see a cloaked figure duck around from. It looked like they had a line of sight on you during this encounter, and they do duck into the shadows, and you lose sight of them. So.
I'll tap on James. What was it called? Kaldreg. Kaldreg. I tap on his shoulder and say, "We are being watched."
Well, I'm gonna look back and be like, "Of course we're being watched. You're a fucking walking tree."
No, he was being sneaky. Can I use detect magic?
Yeah. Go ahead and cast it. So you cast it. You don't sense anything within the radius at this point. You think that whoever it was has probably gotten a decent distance away from you by now. So.
But we know about it now.
You do know that there was somebody that, like, snuck into the shadows and walked away. So
Okay. I'll be keeping an eye.
you have a sense that maybe you're being followed, maybe you're being watched. You're not really sure, but you know. So you guys make your way to the Iron's Respite. The dwarf, whose name is Stern. He's told you this at this point. It's like, my name is Stern, and got a family here. They work in the mines, and thanks. I really appreciate it. But he buys you. How many drinks do you want to have, James?
Well, I'll have however many he's buying.
All right. He'll do a full half dozen. On drink 3, make me a Constitution saving throw. All right.
Oh, no.
So by drink 3, you're really starting to feel it. Drink 4, roll me another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, which is just the same roll, but now we're taking the lower of the 2 scores.
Ooh.
Oh no.
By drink 5, he can tell he's starting to lose you. He just finishes the last drink for you, but you're fading now.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I'm all drunk. Hey, tree, get over here.
Yes, friend.
Take me to where's the room? The do you know what the bed? Do you know what the room is?
Do I know? Yes.
do you know what to
we
do
need
here?
to buy a room. Can I drag him to the bar and ask for a room?
So at this point, Stern does see that like he's struggling and you're kind of retarded. So
That's fair.
he catches on and like so he goes to help you. So like you've got Kaldreg from one shoulder. He's got the other shoulder. You're going up to the bar. Do you want to try and talk to the lady? What can I do for you here? Your friend's
Meanwhile,
looking a
I'm in
little.
the background just singing like dwarven, like folk song.
I need
Roll a
room
performance
for
check
my
for me.
friend.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Even in his drunk state, he's belting out some pretty good songs, and you get a look of admiration from Stern. Like he knows he's grown up and heard one of these dwarven songs, and like he starts humming along with you.
Born on the ground, stuck along a teeth of stone.
Rock and stone. I ask her how much for a room for him.
How do you say it?
How many shiny coin for a room?
Oh, do you need a room for the night? Just do 1 or 2 rooms? Are you guys together or?
Boy,
Do you have
you're the same barkeep from the last place.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
You all
I
look
don't know
the
who
same to
he
me,
is
long
either.
legs.
Oh well, your friend here looks a little bit lost. It'll be 5 copper pieces for a room for the night. Do you need 1 or 2 or? What
Do you have a potted plant?
We've got some.
I can sleep in 3 outside.
Oh, all right. Well, sure. We do have a tree out in like the site of the building up front. You saw it when you were walking in. It's a decently sized tree.
Do you have a room by the tree?
We don't really have rooms outside there. The rooms are inside. That's kind of the point of the inn.
No, like
He means with a window looking at
With a
the
window.
tree, you wench.
Oh, we can get you one of the upstairs rooms that. Yes, I let me check. Hold on. And she scurries upstairs to where all the rooms are. Comes down a moment later. Like we do have a room open next to the tree. I can open the
I
window
will take it.
All right. So you
I would
do you
like
pay
to
for the
reach
room?
into my tummy.
Tree, pay the lady.
Tree pay the lady. I would like to reach into my tummy and pull out a
She-
silver coin and just hand it to her.
Oh, do you need change? Oh, okay. She is very surprised, a little worried that like she hasn't seen a tree before, much less a tree reach into their stomach and grab coin. She kind of takes the coin and like gingerly sets it down. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Got moss on it.
Got my
Did I do it?
dank.
There you go.
You see her like
Wet.
subtly try and like wipe off her hands like out of your sight, but
I
you can
frown.
tell she's a little like is this like cursed or like poisonous? Like she's a little worried, but she takes the coin.
I don't have a mouth, but you can tell I'm frowning.
It's the room upstairs. You go all the way down the hallway. It's to the far left side.
I trust your new dwarven friend to get you up while I go out and go into the tree.
You go into the tree. So
I become part
Okay,
of the
then
tree to
good
sleep.
night.
I absorb its nutrients.
I've got to say your friend's a little weird there. I don't know. Sorry, I do have it all right. Oh, hush down there over there. Just be quiet there.
Put that nut up or I'll make a meal of it.
So
works,
Stern does help get you upstairs.
Are they Korean?
I don't know, maybe.
And he helps you to your room and is like, friend, thanks for the help. I got to get back to my house now. It was nice to meet you.
Alright, matey. Maybe don't be going down wandering no dark alleys
Oh,
again.
I've learned from my mistakes. Don't worry.
Alright, you have yourself a good night.
Have a good night, friend.
Blessings of the
His best
seven on
friend.
Blessings to you as well. And so he leaves the room. You got a new best friend there.
I
And
forgot his name already.
I forgot his name already.
do you lay down at the bed?
I'm gonna look around the room a little bit, but I'm pretty sloshed.
It's a basic room. You got a bed over. You have like the window. She opened up the windows. You do see the tree branches swaying in the wind outside.
Can
There
I be
is
hanging on the tree branch like a
Is there,
possum?
Are
is
you
there a
just-
toilet? 'Cause I got a whiz.
there is a pot. You assume it might be they might have had these like in the room ready to go in case somebody vomits or something. It would work.
It'd work.
There's no facilities for going to the bathroom in the room directly, but you do see the pot there. So
I say, alright, that'll do.
you relieve yourself into the pot.
I do.
How many numbers is this?
How many numbers is this? What does that mean?
1 or 2?
Oh no, it's number 1.
It's number 1. All right. Roll me.
Eddie, do you poop when you drink?
I don't know, man. Roll me a dexterity check real quick. Just a straight dexterity check.
Alright, hold on. Wait, dexterity check. There.
All right. Okay. Most of it makes into the pot. You think maybe a little bit might have like splashed outside, but there is.
Aye, that'll do.
You're pretty proud of your work. You probably moved the pot to the other side of the room,
Yeah.
just so you're
And
not
now
sleeping next to it.
Now I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh,
And you
what a weird day.
fall unconscious in the bed.
Yeah. And I plop right up.
You
Dead.
plop and you just start snoring, and it's just
Yeah,
you're out.
absolutely.
And Yala, while you are, so you said you're sitting on the branch like outside the window.
I would like to be hanging upside down like a possum,
Okay. And you
playing with the wind.
playing with the wind. Roll me another perception check. All right. So you're sitting there, actually. Jesus Christ. You're sitting there, swaying in the tree, when you glance up, and you're on the second. You're like, the tree has a line of sight to the roof. You glance up, and there is the same figure, hooded figure. They're just kind of crouched on the top of the roof, just staring at you. When you hear a voice in your head all of a sudden.
Ooh.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Yes.
Good. And the figure moves a little closer and crouches down next to you.
I want to mimic him.
So do you get up on the roof and mimic his actions? Is that what you're doing?
I want to get on the roof and mimic his actions.
All right. Just roll me a quick dexterity check to see if you can make it from the tree to the roof. How this is gonna go.
Oh, that was a
Oh,
saving
perfect.
throw. Hold on. That was a saving throw.
Oh, a saving throw. Oh, okay.
No,
I mean,
I just saw deck.
you rolled a 20. Like that's all that. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like you rolled a 20. Whether the modifiers are different for a check, it doesn't matter. So, you're swinging upside down on the tree, and you use your momentum, just kind of whoosh, and you do kind of a little like a somersault in the air, land in the exact same pose.
Very grateful tree.
He's a little taken aback by seeing you, it takes a moment for him to like recover from what he just saw. But so now you're crouched right next to him in the exact same pose.
I'm staring right at him in his face.
So under, he had a hood on, but under the cowl, you do see some very bright green eyes that have vertical slits in them, dark red skin, and what looks like the beginning of horns. And at that point, as you're looking at him, like he's leaning back a little bit, but like he removes his hood. Ooh, roll me an intelligence check. I want to see if you actually know what you're looking at.
Oh no.
Well,
About that.
Okay, so
kinda.
the figure before you, and you don't know any better. Like you just creatures are creatures. You've never seen a creature like this, but you figure it's got the same arms and legs as Kaldreg does. So like it's probably fine, and it hasn't attacked you yet, so it must be friendly.
Yeah.
It's got horns, black slick-backed hair, and again like the green eyes. It's got pointed ears. He's wearing, you can now tell, a very finely made dark brown tunic with 2 dual-bladed daggers, like a dagger coming out either side on the side. His hands aren't near them, but he's kind of holding a crouch position, staring at you now. Hello, my name is Tor, and I saw you and your associates earlier. I have a proposition for you. We are looking for, what do we say, adventurers of your kind. And I was wondering if you two would like to find some work in this town. Would be willing to pay you? What say you?
What is your name?
My name is Tor. He repeats himself.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I forgot. Okay. I was.
What is your name?
That actually was like in character. I immediately forgot what you just said.
I knew. I couldn't remember.
My name is Tor. What is your name?
Enyala.
Enyala. Nice to meet you, Enyala. I saw your little display earlier, and I was very impressed. What?
You were the one being a creepy creep.
Oh yes. Forgive me. I do sneak from the shadows from time to time. But I'm very curious. What are you? I've not seen a creature of your persuasion before.
Enyala.
Enyala. Okay. I see that is where we are going with this.
Should I go get my friend so you can tell us about this job? Can I? Oh, actually,
Yes.
Can I do an insight check?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Roll an insight check. All right. He's in front of you. He hasn't attacked you, and he seems pretty fine, you know? It's just a red-skinned thing in front of you that asked to see if you guys want to do a job.
I would like to go get
Kaldreg.
Cordal. Dreg.
Cordal.
All right.
Cornhole.
So, you...
I would like to, if I could just kind of like weirdly slink into his window and like kind of like just be above him and be like, there's a visitor.
All right.
At this point, what have I been asleep for like all of 7 minutes?
You've been asleep for 7 minutes. Roll me a perception check, James, to see if you even wake up.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, it's not. Okay. He's not moving.
Can I?
You haven't even noticed it. You're in a drunken stupor right now, James. Yes, Kayla.
Can I tickle his nose with some leaves?
Oh my god. All right, roll me another perception check and advantage this time.
Do I do anything differently? Or
No, just the same thing. Yeah. It keeps delaying it for mine. All right, that's good
Getting
enough.
there.
Okay. You're having an amazing dream. You're in a giant hall. There's dwarves all around. They've all got ale. They're toasting to you. You're at the front of the table. You've just done an amazing job.
All for you.
You have set up this beautiful, this commerce trade route. You came down here. You did your job. You've done well. They're all congratulating you. When, there's something in your nose. And you move to get your nose, but like you can't get it out. And all of a sudden, your eyes open. The ale is gone. The dwarves are gone. You're in a dark room, and there's a tree leaning over you, staring down. She's very close to your face, her eyes kind of glowing. And her finger is there's a leaf in your nose and it's tickling you. And roll me a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Okay. Constitution. Roll.
All right.
Does that work?
That triggers something inside you. All of a sudden, you need to vomit. The bucket's on the other side of the room. It's got piss in it. And the tree is still on top of you. What do? You feel like you got like maybe like 3 or 4 seconds before it's coming out.
Oh, I'm pissed, so I'm just gonna oh, tree, and I like this to like throw her like across the room, like.
He grabs you. Roll me a strength check real quick.
Yeah. Fuck man, I keep fucking up these menus.
All right. That's. I'm pretty sure that'll be enough. You get tossed off the side of the bed. You're not expecting it, so like it kind of like stumble across the floor. All right, you're up now. Roll me a dexterity check, just a dexterity saving throw to see if you make it to the bucket in time.
We're on the roof, hear all this happening.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We'll
get to that. We'll get to that.
Noise, and the vomit's gonna be noisy.
And what am I doing?
A dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you just barely make it to the bucket. How close are you leaning into the bucket to vomit into this? Like, are you putting your face up next to the bucket?
Oh yeah, no, there's no dignity here.
You vomit.
It's not my first rodeo though, so I know how to hold my beard and like.
Have you ever heard of the term Poseidon's kiss?
No. Listen.
What?
So as the vomit goes in, the physics happen. A little bit of the piss does come up.
I have the worst story so far. I've got piss and puke on my face now.
You feel a little bit of sprinkles on your face.
Tree bitch, you got puke on you, you got piss on you.
And
alright, so I'm just pissed off. I'm just
you are having a good dream.
You're pissed off and pissed on.
I go like this, I take my whole big ass beard and I wipe my face with it. And then I turn around and I see the tree and I'm like, what tree? Your room is out there in the tree. You know, you've seen trees before.
There's a man on the roof that wants to talk to us. He is red.
There's a man on the roof.
At that point,
He's red.
At that point,
you talk to people who hang out on the roofs.
You do see
James. It was the same guy I told you about in the market that was following us.
I don't remember any of that.
I told you there was a man following us.
I'm sure you did.
So while you guys are arguing, James, you do see a figure. Like he slowly, kind of moves down as unthreateningly as possible, and just kind of crouches, and then just sits in the windowsill. Before you'd recognize this, is a dark red-skinned tiefling. They've got kind of white and red-tinted horns, glowing green eyes, and slick back red hair. They do have 2 what looks like daggers on their sides. They're not acting threateningly, but now he's sitting there.
I don't like it.
This is my new friend.
Pardon the interruption. My name is Tor.
I just said that.
Yes. I know this is a
This
bad
couldn't
time.
wait till the morning, Tor.
Well, let me just be blunt. I'm looking for people, and there's money involved.
Money.
And if you need to think on it till tomorrow, I will be waiting downstairs. But yes.
Just wait downstairs in the morning.
I have some a group that I am putting together, and we are looking for recruits on a job. And if you are interested, we'd be willing to pay you 100 gold each up front now, and then 100 at the finish of the job.
100 gold?
But if you need time to think on it, let me know. I can leave, and I'll meet you back downstairs in the morning.
Very good. Okay, everybody out of my room now. Thank you. Good night.
As you wish.
Trees included.
The figure just kind of plops out the window and like does a jump downstairs, and he's gone.
He didn't even say goodbye.
Now it's time for you to say goodbye. Get out.
I would like to slink out of the window and just kind of crawl back in the tree and just sit on the branch that looks into his room and stare.
So first I shut the window. Is there a lock on the window?
There is a lock on the window on the inside, yes.
I make like a point of like locking it. And then are there curtains?
Yeah, there are no curtains, no, it's just the window.
So
I'm watching
and I just harumph. And I go right back to bed.
I have a rump.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I flip my wrist.
And I
Flip my wrist.
flip my wrist.
What were you wearing?
So yeah, you guys do you sleep, Kaylee?
She photosynthesizes.
Yes, but it's you know how like when some plants like close up at night and just kind of it's kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of curl up and go into your sleep adjacent state.
Yeah, my leaves. You know how like elves meditate when they sleep? It's kind of like that.
Okay. All right. James, I want you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I opened mine up on the website and I find it much more easier.
Wow, you rolled 2 natural 20s in a row. That is amazing.
That's wicked smart.
So now that the alcohol has cleared out of your system for the most part, and the tree is gone, you know the window's locked. You do manage to actually get back into that dream you were having earlier, where you're in the Great Hall and they're all the dwarves. They're all celebrating in your name, and you do manage to get a decent night's rest.
Very good.
So,
not the worst day I've ever had, but
the morning comes. You eventually wake up from your rest. Enyala has woken up before you, and she's back to staring at you again from outside the tree. You do remember at this point that the tiefling did say he'd be waiting downstairs for your answer in the morning. What do you do?
Well, okay, so like I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like part of me kind of wants to just like slink away and ditch both of these freaks.
Do you?
And then I look out at the tree, and oh wait, is Enyala awake?
Yeah, she's been awake for about an hour now.
I've been staring at you for an hour.
So she looks so pathetic that I'm just like, fine.
This is my responsibility.
I go over to the window and I unlock it and I open it up.
He unlocks the window.
Back immediately.
You come back into the room?
It was cold outside. A termite bored into my armpit.
Don't you trees all sleep outside? Isn't that what trees are known for? Why are we talking about? We need to go downstairs.
The red man is waiting.
Yes,
there is
the
faint smell because you had your window closed all night.
Stunk.
The smell of piss and vomit has now kind of made its way into the room, and it hasn't left yet.
First, I need to go wash me face.
Yeah, did you never wash your beard? Oh my God, that mellowed overnight.
You have a nose?
I'm technically not.
Well, then count your lucky stars. Let's go.
Count your lucky stars.
So
where can I wash up? Can I wash up?
They do have a washroom downstairs.
It
serves as a privy, and it's still fairly early in the morning. Not many people are down there. So you go up, you wash up. As you walk downstairs, you did see in one of the tables closer to like the exit, the tiefling is there. He's awake. He looks like he's just kind of reading what looks to be a book right now. You make your way into the washroom and wash up. Your beard has been cleansed of the... Did you leave the bucket in the room?
Fuck yeah, I left the bucket.
Alright, the bucket has been left in the room. You hope that or you just don't care.
It's 6 coppers to spend the night there. I'm not taking out my own.
I gave her a whole silver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's changed. So, a couple people are up, but not many people. The tiefling is sitting in the corner of the room. What do you do?
All right, so I'm all washed up now.
Yeah, you finished washing up.
Where's Enyala?
She's kind of what? Yeah, where are you?
Are there any rats in this inn? Since you said it's kind of a lower down inn, are there rats around? Yeah. Nice.
You don't roll a perception check.
We're looking for rats now.
Okay. You haven't seen any rats.
I'm looking to see if there are any little critters around. Then
they're currently because there's been activity in the bar and like people have started moving around. You probably assume that they've all hidden or they're doing their business elsewhere out of sight.
Their little business.
Their business, rat business.
They're
Rat
doing
business.
little business.
So, yeah, you've walked down the stairs. Kaldreg was he went straight to the washroom. You do see the tiefling in the corner of the room. So what do you?
I want to go mimic his actions again.
You want to go sit down at the table next to him?
I want to go sit down at the table and just stare at him and say, "Good morning."
Good morning to you two. I saw your friend go into the washroom. Have you guys made your decision yet? He sets his book down.
Am I not there yet?
Yeah, you're walking up to the table at this point. You see she's sat down and the tiefling is talking to her. But you did not hear that. Say again?
Okay.
I grew him a flower.
Oh, this gesture is appreciated. Thank you. He takes it and opens up his coat pocket and puts it in one of the pockets and kind of hides it away.
Mm-hmm.
You're
I look to Kaldreg for an answer.
Yes. By this time, you have sat down. Your associate and I were just conversing. Have you come to a decision yet on my proposition?
So I kind of I hop up into my seat or whatever, and I'm at the table now.
You're a little low. This table that he's sitting at is built for humans, so you're kind of like Kaylee in any regular situation in real life. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this how you think short people are?
I've seen it.
Is this what the fuck you think I do? Is this what you think I'm doing? Hey, lost legs!
So it's more like this. I'm at the table like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just looking down at the little guy.
Alright, but I'm alright, so I'm just I need a lot more information before I agree to anything, you horned one.
Yes, so I will brief you.
You demon.
So me and two of my associates have made our way into this town. We are working. I see you are you from the north?
Of course.
All right, so I assume you're familiar with the city of Craig.
And I'm familiar.
You would know about that. We have made our way. We have a base there, and the three of us have made our way down here to the south. We are headed to Trosha to hunt a beast that we have received reports about. Now, we are not exactly sure on the specifics, but we know it has originated from the mire. And so, that said,
Even know what that is.
I'm from the mire, so
you roll me an intelligence check to see if you recognize the terminology for your homeworld.
how do I forget every time?
Yeah, I know.
I get used to one app and then I get on another app.
Okay. You do recognize the term as the region that you live in or near. So.
Have I ever heard about this beast?
He hasn't described it, and he doesn't exactly know what it is. Roll me a history check. Okay.
Whoop whoop.
You haven't heard specifically of the creature. However, you have had people come in with very grave injuries who have spoken of a beast that does seem to be roaming the swampy woods to the north of where you live. Since you're one of the only apothecaries in the region, the nearby region, otherwise they'd have to go all the way over to the nearest big city, which is they'd have to go all the way over to Merkvale or Myrekrill. You're the closest thing nearby, so a few people have come to you, and you've given them tonics and sent them on their way. They have told stories of a dark creature that they don't even the people that have told the stories to you don't know exactly what they've looked at, but it's a dark creature that has been in the woods to the far north region. You have not seen it yourself, but you are recognizing. You're starting to pick up information of what he is describing.
Yes, I have heard tale of a dark creature that lives in the mire.
You are familiar with this area. Wonderful.
Yeah, I have never seen it myself, but I've treated many patients who've come in with very grave injuries.
That is disconcerting. Well, in that case, we would absolutely love to have you on our journey to help guide us through the area. If you're interested, we would be we would offer you 100 gold up front and another 100 at the conclusion of our quest. If you would want to come along.
If it protects the people of my mire, I am in.
Wonderful. And you, Sir Dwarf, I did not get your name from yesterday. My name is Tor. What is your name?
My name is Kaldreg.
Kaldreg. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance again. I apologize for the situation of last night. I understand it was not of the most.
You should find different ways to greet people than meeting them in their rooms in the middle of the night.
Forgive me on that part. That was my mistake. I am working on these things. But yes. Are you interested in this undertaking of ours?
You know, the thing about gold is it's very hard to spend it when you're dead.
This is true. Honestly, this is why we are looking to recruit as many people as possible for our adventure to reduce the chances of something like that happening.
I see. Well, you lost me at adventure. Okay, have a good day. Nice meeting you, Tree. And I start to, leave.
My little small friend, short legs.
Yes, short legs. Okay, very good now. Dwarves don't do adventures. Thank you.
Would it help if we offered you the full price up front?
200.
Yes.
Up front.
Yes.
Are you good for it?
Absolutely. And he pulls out a bag of coin. And it looks hefty.
What can you tell me more about this beast?
That is generally most of what I know. It has been harassing the denizens of the mire. We specialize in this sort of thing. What do you say? Beast hunting, if you will.
Who is we?
I have two associates. I have a one of shorter stature, such as yourself. He is more of the musically inclined. And we have another, a female in our group. She has persuasion in the arcane arts. They're both very adept at what they do. They know what they're doing. We just want to make sure that we have greater ease taking on this beast.
200 gold a head?
Absolutely.
Must be a hefty bounty on this thing.
It has been quite some time that it has been allowed to roam in the area. We definitely want it. And also, if we can figure out anything about where it came from, the origins of it, we would like to end this incursion, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Would
You wouldn't happen to be leaving anything out now, would you, Tor?
Roll, I have been forthright to this point. I'm not trying to hide anything. I know there is danger involved. That is why the price of gold is so high. We have a great sum, and yes, there is a lot on the line. I cannot guarantee safety, but we do have much at our disposal to make sure that death is not a likelihood. Do you want to roll an insight check?
Yeah, how do I? Okay.
Would my dad know anything about this creature living in the mire?
It's a fairly recent occurrence, so he would know about as much as you do.
Okay.
If y'all were working at the same place at the same time. All right, you rolled 22. As far as you can tell, he's being totally honest. He's not trying to hide anything. He seems to know what's at stake and really is looking for help.
Okay.
Dog. Fuck off.
All right. But the first whiff of funny business I get, I'm keeping the gold, I'm breaking your kneecaps, and I'm going home.
I appreciate the honesty.
All right, I'm in.
So he
Alright, I'm in.
he pulls out a second purse. In the first purse is 200 gold. If you want to,
count it.
yeah, you go ahead and count it. It takes you a bit, but like there is 200 gold in that purse. He hands the second purse to you, Enyala.
I bite it, make sure it's real.
It
Put it in my
tastes
tummy.
it tastes like gold. You know what gold tastes like. You've bitten many a gold coin.
Dwarf would know.
Yeah.
I've had many a gold coin.
Yeah. So, Enyala, he hands you a bag. It's got some heft to it. What do you
I
do?
put it in my chipmunk hole.
He looks a little surprised to see you do that. I think this is his first time seeing you use your chipmunk hole.
Yeah, everybody's surprised to see the hole, yeah.
It is very interesting.
Chipmunks moved into me about 12 years ago.
You
they
did
just
not
left
need
it.
to let us know that.
Are they still there? That is.
No, this is their summer home now.
Wait. So they come back?
Some come back.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I appreciate your willingness to join us. I am going to go communicate with my associates now. If you would like to meet us, what is it? Yes, tomorrow morning at the Black Cat Inn. We will be there. So, yes, I look forward to seeing you at that time.
Okay, very well, very good.
So he stands up, puts his book away. It was nice meeting your acquaintance, both of you. And he heads outdoors.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have 200. James, you've got 200 gold.
Yeah, buddy.
So you got the full price all up front. And then Kaylee, you have 100 gold.
Woohoo!
Do you guys? So you have another day till you need to go to the Black Cat Inn. Do you guys want to go do anything?
I want to do some shopping.
Do some
We're
shopping.
going to be hunting a mystery monster. I'm going to need some better loot.
What are you looking for? What do you want to
I
try?
don't know. I don't really know what I have. I don't know how this works.
All right. So in your inventory right now,
Is chainmail what I'm wearing? Can I like?
you're currently
go
wearing
to an
chainmail.
armor- I want to like go to an armor smith and get.
You want to go find an armory? All right.
Yeah.
You haven't seen an armory in the time you've been in the town. Do you want to ask around and try and find one? Try and find
Yeah.
if somebody knows. All right. You ask around. The bartender, first start with her. She does point you in the direction of an armory known as the Devon's Smithworks.
That's where I'll go.
And then she gives you the directions. It's not too far away. A few minutes of walking. You head over there. And y'all, are you gonna follow him?
I would like to go shopping for
Miracle
potion crafting ingredients.
Potion crafting ingredient. Okay. Do you want to split away from him or follow him and then see if he's willing to go with you afterwards, or how do you want to do that?
I imagine I saw like a herb shop while he was walking away.
Roll me a perception check to see if you pass by any, if you see anything on the way over. Perception.
I see it.
All right. So you do notice as you are walking away, or as you are walking down the street, there is a shop that you think might be like an apothecary herb type shop. On the label, like on the sign out front, it says Helen's Herbs. You do see plants and stuff all in the window, so this looks like it might be the shop for you. Are you gonna split from Kaldreg, or
Yeah, I would like to split. Go get my herbs.
do you just split away, or do you let him know? What?
Yeah, I'll tell him I'm gonna be at the herb shop.
So like you're walking and
Yeah,
she
about time.
she splits off from you. Like you're finally alone, James. All right, so we're gonna follow James first, and then we'll get to you, Kayla. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, James, you head in the direction they gave you towards Devon Smith Works as you approach. So you come up to a shop. It has, it looks like on the front of the shop is some sort of armory weapons store. In the back, you do hear pounding of hammers. It looks like they have both a forge and an armory weapons shop all in one building. It says Devon Smith Works on the front. Do you head in?
Oh yeah.
All right. So you walk in. Before you see, it's early in the morning. Some people are starting to run in. You see a couple dwarves in the shop. One of them looks like he is he's helping the customers around. On the right side of the shop, you do see a giant wall of just weapons. Throughout the center of the shop looks to be various armor types and pieces, just all kinds of different stuff. Exactly what you're looking for. On the right side is more of tools, mining equipment, other utility items. So, what do you go? What do you do?
Well, I try to get the shopkeep's attention.
All right. So you signal over. It's a older looking dwarf. He's got a white beard. He comes over to you. Oh, my friend, how can I help you today? My name's Devon. I own this here shop.
Devon. My brother.
What are you looking for?
It seems I'm on my way to go hunt a beastie.
Oh, shite. I hate those things.
Yes, well, it's going to be needing something a little more substantial than this.
Oh, you looking for substance? I got you. Come over here. What kind of armor you want? You want plate mail armor, chain mail armor, scale mail armor, leather armor? I wouldn't recommend it for a dwarf of your stature. What?
Well, you can never go wrong with a good heavy plate.
Plate mail, all right. So he shows you over. You've got anything ranging from like basic plate mail that looks more, and as he comes by this, he kind of gives like a scuff. It looks almost elven. And then you've got some really rugged dwarven looking plate mail with like the more angled, runey looking stuff. There is one set of armor on a rack, and it's on a display case. So, all right, so over here we've got ranging for like your basic armor, stuff that you'd need to be like a regular soldier or something. You got that shite right there. He points to the elven armor. It's like, oh, there. And then you've got like God's creation right here. He looks at the dwarven armor. And then over there we've got that's my pride and joy. That is an armor that is resistant to acid. That one might be a little bit more pricey, but we can make a deal for it if you like. But,
the one in the display case, you're saying?
Yeah, the one in the display case for a dwarf of your stature. I like the vibes you're giving off to me today.
What can you tell me about that? As I suggest the
acid resistant. All right, so that armor I had specially commissioned. We had a deal going on with one of the magic shops on the north side of town. His name is Daimonius. He does enchanting every now and then. We asked for him to enchant this set of armor. He came back to us with that. It is resistant to any form of acid. It helps against, those nasty fucking dragons and various, sometimes swampy creatures. We're close to the swamp. I know they like to do a lot of acid over there.
Hey, well,
it's a little bit more pricey, but
it is a fine suit. Would you be willing to part with it?
Right, so that one right there, that'll run you about 150 gold. The regular armor over here, your base level armor you can get for about 20 gold. It's good. It passes, but I wouldn't recommend it. The elven armor is a discounted price. They want us to sell it for about 100 gold. I'd sell it for 50. I want to get rid of it. Our dwarven armor here, go for about 75 gold for a set.
Let me interrupt you, my brother.
Absolutely.
It's a great shame to see such a fine suit of armor sitting up there like an ornamental vase decoration. This armor demands to be out. No, you're not here. There's this armor demands to see the world. It demands to have a story. But we're 150 gold. That's a bit a bit rich for my blood, but it would do it such justice to see it out in the world, wouldn't you say?
All right, roll me a persuasion check. I'm gonna give you advantage for this because he is a fellow dwarf.
Hello, short boy.
And
Wait, say persuade.
he's already taken a liking to you. What did we get? All right. That's a bummer. So,
Aw, shucks.
he looks to you and he passes by. I couldn't agree more. Honestly, like I would love. Well, it would bring a tear to my eye to see it parted. I'll make a deal for you though. If you're willing to buy, say, another weapon, make a bundle deal or something, I will reduce the price of both of them together.
Okay, you have my attention. So now I gotta look at.
Yeah. So let me bring you over to our great weapon wall over here. So
your sharpie bits.
the sharp things. Oh yes, the dwarf's best friend. Over here we've got your maces, their clubs, more of like, you know, the shite that orcs use. We've got your swords. That's more of your human stuff. We've got daggers over there. We got some daggers over here. You see one in the display case. And then
This one only uses axes, and
I
I
like
think
your
it's
style.
and you're nervous.
So on the far end, farthest away from the daggers, you do see the axe. It looks like they do have a bit of a preference for axes. There's a larger selection of axes than there are any other items, and I think he was saving it for. You think he was saving it for last for you? He's like, perfect. Let me show you over here. So he brings you over. It's a similar thing. You have your basic axes. More towards the center, you do have the finer filigree looking axes, like that fucking elven shite over there. And then you've got those hefty looking dwarven axes. There are no enchanted looking weapons, but there are some ones that have.
I use a shield though, so I'm looking for a one I can use with one hand.
They do have those. So they have both two-handed axes up on the wall, and then one-handed axes in kind of like a one of those like stand display cases where they're all horizontal, like the handgun racks at a gun shop.
Right.
And you see a very nice selection, ranging again from basic, the more elven stylistic looking, and then the blocky ones. You've got blocky with symbolism on there. You've got blocky with runes. You've got plain blocky. You do have some ones with like some gems encrusted in them. What can I get you here?
I like the one with the runes.
The runes on it, perfect. All right.
What can you tell me about the price on this?
Typically, those would run for about 20 gold each. However, if you're gonna get one of those with the armor, I will take off 10 gold from the total price, which would lead you up to 160 gold.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, my friend. But I like the cut of your jib. I'll do it.
All right, good deal, good deal.
We have an accord.
Perfect. I like how you speak Dwarven. Okay, so he's like, Tomas, get over here. We're getting the thing off the rack. And you see another dwarf. He's got a nice thick red beard, just like yours. He waddles on over. He's like, yes, sir. What do we want for? He's like, we're getting the enchanted armor off there. He's like, oh, good, all for you. They're real excited. It takes both of them, but like they lift it off the rack. Do you want this wrap? Do you want to wear it now? You know what? I'll make you another deal.
Here.
If you're willing to trade this armor for what you currently got, we'll take off 20 gold.
Well, I guess I don't need this old junk, do I?
All right, we'll take it. So it's 140 and your armor that you're currently wearing.
Okay.
All right. So they, I guess you want to wear it then. You want to try it on? We got a changing room over in the back.
Well, you gotta try it on, don't you?
Perfect. He hands you the armor. It's hefty. And as you look at it, you do see inscribed in very small runes along kind of the edges are very faintly glowing, pulsing green symbols, and you believe this is probably the anti-acid enchantment on there.
Ooh.
So, you go take it to the back?
Yeah.
All right. It takes you a minute. So when you go to try on the armor, it's actually, it looks like they built it big, so for people to get on. However, the moment you put it on, this will require what's called attunement. So you can attune to 3 different items in D&D. So you wait around for about 10 minutes. During the course of that 10 minutes, you actually watch the armor shrink and conform to your body. And by the time it's done, cat, go away. By the time it is done, you can actually barely tell that it's there. But yeah, you got the armor, you got your new axe. Is that everything you're looking for?
As far as I know. Yeah.
All right. And so you're down to 60 gold, 5 copper. Perfect. All right. You head out of the shop and go try and find Enyala. By now, you actually see that she's made her way out of the shop, and so you guys are coming together. So now we're going to switch to your perspective. So, Kaylee, you enter the shop. Around you... Yes.
No, I was just getting ready.
Okay, so you enter Helen's Herbs. You walk in. Plants everywhere. All different kind of plants. They do have some display racks that kind of run down the middle that do have what look like vials on display. You're not sure what they are, what they do, but you think they could be potions of some sort. There is a counter in the back, and behind the counter, you do see an old lady. She's old, crotchety lady, wiry white hair. She's got some goggles on. It looks like she's working on something right now. She sees you open the door.
Oh, hello. How may I help you today?
Hello.
I am Helen. I run
Emma.
this shop. What can I get for you?
I'm looking for healing ingredients.
Healing? Oh, ingredients. Oh, do you? Are you one that makes potions for yourself?
I'm an apothecary from the Maya.
Oh!
She takes a piece of chicken that you did not see and puts it in her mouth.
Oh, okay.
I picture just like a giant turkey leg for this old lady. She's just like one of those like comically large legs.
Pulls it up, takes a bite out of it.
Oh, wonderful. Perfect. All right. Sorry. Had to eat my chicken. All right.
The chicken a chocobo.
So you're looking for healing herbs.
Do you know if you have specific herbs in mind, or are you just looking for ingredients to create healing potions?
So Enyala, she creates potions, but she picks her herbs by talking to the plants.
Ah, all right.
So
you would kind of know what you're in to do, what you're looking for, basically.
yeah, like it. I don't know the exact ingredients for the health potions, but just like various herbs and things like that.
All right, so I'm assuming then that you can just naturally speak with plants.
Yeah, I know Druidic and Sylvan.
So, do you let her know that you're just going to talk to the plants?
I just start talking to the plants.
Oh, she looks. She's like,
Oh, I see you. You know what you're looking for. Well, come to me when you need anything.
and she turns back around, takes another bite of her turkey, and continues working on her potion. So,
This meat changes every time. This chicken is just magic meat.
It changed, that's right.
don't
But
worry.
that's because she's dual wielding.
Not cheese.
In her other hand, she's got a chicken leg. Until you see her swallow.
Dude, I
Puts
like
them down,
this,
and she
yeah.
gets back to work, meddling on something.
As
and she
you
picks one up.
glance over, you do notice she's got one of each in each hand, and she's just working back and forth
I
between
like
them.
her.
I
I
love
like Heather.
I love this
Helen.
chick.
Helen. So,
So yeah, she talks to the plants. She just kind of lets them whisper
all right.
to her.
I want you to do an investigation check real quick to see which plants you think you want to talk to.
Investigation.
Only in the
All right.
Which
I talked to Corn in my last campaign. They had an accent that sounded like this.
So you
Oh no.
you're not entirely sure what plant to look at. So you walk over to this nice looking plant. It looks like just a little pot of petunias.
Petunias.
But and you kind of know what is what, but some of these plants look a little distant to you. So you want to try something that you're not quite used to. You walk over to it. Do you start talking to it?
Yes.
All right. What do you say?
I'm like, hello, plant. Good morrow. What are your secrets?
Oh, hi.
God, what a voice for a petunia.
That was not the voice I was expecting to come from.
That was not the voice I was ready for a petunia.
Like a thug New Yorker, like.
Yeah.
I don't get much
Hey,
conversation, but
I'm photosynthesizing you.
Did you see?
did you see the sun this morning? Holy shit, it looked good. Anyway,
It felt amazing.
I got a couple of people coming up to me every now and then. They seem to want me for like headaches and stuff. Is that what you need?
Okay, I lift him up. You will be safe with me.
Oh, are you gonna take me in? Am I gonna have a new home?
I'm gonna take you. The specific sprig that's talking to me after I buy them. I want to keep him in my hair.
All right. So you pick up the plant, and the lady.
Oh, you want to buy the headache petunias?
Yes, I would like to buy. What is your name? I would like to ask the petunia his name.
My name is Greg.
Greg.
Greg. I would like to buy Greg.
Oh, I didn't know it had a name. All right, well, for the petunias, that'll run about 6 copper.
I reach into my chipmunk hole
Oh,
and
that's an interesting appendage you've got there. Do you mind
Every
if I look at
time,
it real quick?
It always gets looks.
She looks more intrigued than worried. She actually does like a very spry old lady. She does a parkour move over the counter. She's dual wielding the chicken and the turkey, but she comes up,
these are weapons.
gets her pinky out, and like adjusts her monocle, and like is looking.
Oh, interesting properties. Are you doing this naturally? Are you able to control the bark around your stomach? How do you do this?
I would open and close it like a hole in a log,
God.
like how it grows over.
That's most interesting. Wow.
She's so hungry.
She is hungry, dude.
She's hungry for knowledge and turkey. And
Is she secretly jacked? Because I get the feeling
I
that
want
she's like,
this to
I
be
get the
a
feeling that she's
fat
like
old lady.
ripped, which is why she has this like high protein diet.
I don't eat much plants, actually. I'm a carnivore because I don't like eating the thing that
she's
I
on the carnivore diet.
Carnivore diet. Well, you know what they say: don't get high on your own supplies. So.
Oh my god.
So
Butter.
I would love to have you come back into my shop sometime. I would love to study you if that's not too weird.
she goes back over the counter, and so you pay her for the potted plant, and so
I hold
you.
the rest of the petunias in my arms, and I want to put Greg in my hair.
All right.
Oh, that's really close. All right.
You're my friend now.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend.
So do you keep looking?
No, I got my. I have. I'd like to think that I'm good. I just kind of wanted to go look at the plants.
All right.
I didn't really need anything.
Yeah, she didn't really have a goal in mind.
You've got the pot of petunias and Greg in your hand.
He could be like, "Why the fuck did you bring these flowers? This is what you got."
You walk outside. About this time, you see Kaldreg walking out of his forge. He's got a nice new set of armor and a fancy new axe. By the way, now you've got 3 axes, James, because I forgot to have him take the axes from you. But
He didn't axe for him.
so you got
Yeah, life chose me.
you've got your throwing axe, your fun axe, and then your battle axe. You see her walk out. She's got a new pot of what look like petunias, and one of them is in her hair.
Well, that's new.
These are for when you have headaches but are hangovers.
Ah, well. Great.
Wow, great.
I would like to pick one and just kind of stick it in his beard.
Do you
and
let
pet
her
him.
do this?
Yeah, but like I freeze. I'm like,
She sticks it in there, and then to your surprise, as she's like letting go, she uses a little bit of her druidic power, and the petunia kind of like roots itself and weaves its way through your beard.
Beautiful.
You do start to feel, because you had a bit of a hangover.
Yeah.
You vomited up most of it, but like it's like fading. It was on the edge of fading. It's gone. And
I
so
kind of go like this. I kind of look at it, and I'm like, well, that's not the weirdest thing to happen this week.
You look beautiful.
if you want to put this in your inventory now, just put a headache petunia.
Headache petunia.
How do
I
I
couldn't
do that?
think of a better name in time. Yeah, if you want to put Greg in your inventory, Caleb.
Did I change the armor and stuff too?
Oh yeah. You have resistance to acid, which means you take half damage from acid, and you have advantage on saving throws against acid. So, like Constitution saving throws against acid damage.
What is the dash symbol at the end? Is that the weight?
The
55?
Oh, the 55. That's its weight. Don't worry about it. Honestly, you're fine. You're pretty hardy. You don't have to put the weight of the petunia in there because it's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you do have it.
You have a headache petunia.
What about the weapon that I got?
We will. I will. Consider it. It's a hand axe, but fancy dwarven hand axe. Is there any more shopping or anything you guys want to do, or do you want to head over to the inn and kind of wait out the rest of your
I'm
day?
ready.
You guys are ready to go back to the inn?
Yep.
I am ready to go to
All right.
sleep.
So,
Your mama.
you've gathered directions from people. Like you ask them, and they need to know. They lead you in the way of the Black Cat Inn. You get there. It's a fairly nice inn. They do have a tavern downstairs. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The inn and the tavern are kind of like adjoining buildings. So you can go to the tavern or you can go to the inn. There's like a doorway, walkway between them, but they're sort of separate buildings. This is the Black Cat Inn on it. What do you guys do when you get there? You have it's about midday, so you still have a good portion of the day if you want to just day drink or chill, go to your room and rest the rest of the day.
Well, might be our last chance to have a couple more drinks.
Yeah, and now you've got coin. It's pretty bustly, pretty upbeat. You hear some good music over in the corner. There's a band playing. You do see your tiefling friend with two other people. They do wave to you when they see you walk in. They don't move to approach you or anything. Do you want to go to the bar? Do you want to go talk to them? What do you want to do?
I'm going to the bar.
You're going to the bar. All right.
Going to them.
You're going to them. Okie doke. So we'll follow James. You go to the bar. They've got a nice long list. They've got ale. They've got mead. They've got wine. They've got beer. They've got chocolate milk. They've got water. Whole variety. What do you want?
I want a pint of your most expensive ale.
Oh, all right. That'll be about 5 gold. I'll coming right up for you. The bartender. She goes back. And so you paid 5 gold for the ale?
Yeah.
She does pour you a fairly large pint. It's like a half gallon. They try to impress their customers. So the cup that it is has like a nice, it looks like a wood barrel with like metal bindings to it, and it's got like a metal handle. It's a high quality cup, and you drink it.
Yep.
Best ale you've had in months.
Oh.
It reminds you of the dream you had the previous night. Like you're like, this is the ale from my dream. Like, holy shit, this is good stuff. And does that keep drinking?
All right. Well, so I take my drink and I make my way over to the table.
All right. Oh, where the other people are sitting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Enyala, you've made it to the table. You see Kaldreg over there. He's ordering his ale. What do you do?
Can I just dance to the music?
At the table where the people are sitting next to them?
Yes, as I say hello.
Oh, hello there. Friends, this is Enyala. She will be joining us on our journey.
You see,
Enyala.
you see before you the tiefling that you had been introduced to. You see a human with She's got short red hair. She has a staff. It seems to be leaning up against the wall next to the table. And then you see a little halfling in a fancy blue tunic.
Enyala, these are my associates, Sandra and Emery.
The halfling looks and waves to you.
Hello there, my name is Emery. It's nice to meet you.
What are you?
Enyala.
Yes, that is the, this is... I'm not sure, honestly.
The female pipes up at that point after looking at you.
I think she looks like a Dryad. What is a Dryad? Oh, you know, they're like a half-tree person. That is interesting, okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Enyala.
My dad's a mushroom.
That is not surprising. Okay.
So you keep dancing? Alright. Kaldreg, you walk up, you see her dancing. They look about what you would expect to see a tree dancing next to them. Some of the bar denizens, they're watching. It's just an interesting sight, and it brings some attention to the table, but most people they look like go back to their alcohol. So what do you do?
Look at that.
So I kind of come up and I'm like, all right, well, I see you've met the tree.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hi. Nice to... Are you the other one?
Yes, this is Kaldreg. He will also be joining us.
Hello, Kaldreg.
Yeah,
My name is...
Nice to meet you here in the tavern instead of my bedroom, and that's all as well.
The fuck did you do? He looks over at... so Emery, the short one, looks over at Tor.
Well, I may have stalked them at nighttime and walked into their...
The two of these crashed in through me window in the middle of the night and made me blow chunks all over my own face.
The female human looks over to Tor. Like, you fucking idiot! What the fuck? How the fuck are you supposed to get recruits if you're gonna fucking scare them at night?
I
saw
never
him
said I was
follow
scared.
us from the market.
Oh, well, sorry to traumatize you like that. He's not exactly a people person. But hello, my name's Sandra. Thank you for joining us on our trip. I heard he paid you the full price up front.
Guy, that's between me and him.
Oh, well, he did tell us, so we know that, but all is well. Thank you for joining us on the trip. Yes, we're sort of waiting for the rest of the group at this point to show up. But yes, enjoy your stay, I suppose. We'll be here all night and sort of meet in the morning. So,
Guy, what?
yes.
I'll be like, all right, well, what are we all drinking?
Oh, well, I've got a nice wine over here. Emery, he pulls up. He looks like he ordered something similar to yours, though in not quite the same fancy mug. He's like, oh, I see you got the good stuff. I would have gotten that, except that one's expensive. Honestly, probably a good idea. And then Tor has chocolate milk.
Of course he does.
He looks over to Enyala.
Can I get you anything?
Water.
I'll be back.
I could have told you that.
Tor stands up and he walks
One
away.
eye blinks, one eye open, one eye blinks. Just staring at him.
That's not the most unsettling thing I've seen today.
He walks up and he goes to the bar to go grab you some water.
So,
you guys aren't from around here, are you? Emery looks at you and he's like, are you passing through?
Be like, aye, my business is me own.
Oh, well, honestly, if you, I appreciate you coming along with us. Sorry if we're, stealing you from other things that you need to do, but yes, thank you very much. I'm sure whenever the rest of our party arrives, we'll have a great old time. So I got some people. They should be on their way later, and then the redhead, as do I. They just kind of start drinking their drinks. Do you want to keep conversing with them, or?
I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'll buy everybody another round.
Oh, wonderful. So The two of them, because Tor wasn't there, but he actually comes back with his own second thing of chocolate milk and a glass of water for Enyala.
I'm not buying anybody chocolate milk.
It's another 5 silver for Sendra's drink, and then a gold piece for Emery's drink.
So
Plus the 5 gold for if you want to get another pure drink.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm still working on mine.
Okay. Yeah. So one. Do you hang out with them for a while and converse, or head up to your room?
Where else are we gonna go?
Yeah.
We're making friends.
So, while talking to them, you learn that they did in fact come up from the north. They're part of a larger association based in Dawncrag. And have you ever visited Dawncrag in your time as a dwarf? They're one of the closer cities. So, it's the largest dwarven city in the capital of Kor, in the north. So, there's a good chance you would have visited. So you might have, but it's also a very large city in the mountain. So you don't recognize the location that they're talking about that they're based from, but you do recognize that they're from Dawncrag. You're a little surprised that, people other than dwarves are living up in the north. They do tell you that the leader of their association is a dwarf, and they work for him and do stuff around that. They have a larger party, but right now the 3 of them have split off to go take care of whatever they need to do down in the south. That was a month ago. They've been traveling for a month to get down here, and they just happened to like pass through the town on the same day that y'all were also passing through. So that's why they observed you and recruited you towards this mission. So they're about a day away, a day or two of travel away from their destination, which is described to be the northern forest of the Mire, the swampy area, which you do.
My internet's been lagging a little bit.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so you recognize kind of the region. You haven't been there as much. You don't travel a whole lot. That's why like this first time traveling with Kaldreg is a little new to you. But you do kind of recognize the area that they're talking about. And so they converse with you for a while. You learn the gist of their mission. Tor pretty much told you most of it. He is the de facto leader of the group. And Sendra and Emery have also been sent out to go find 2 other people of their own. Everybody has been tasked with grabbing 2 people to have a total of 9 people in your squad. And that takes a couple hours of talking. By the time the conversation's over, it's starting to get dark out. Do you want to go find a room?
There's nothing I need to ask them.
Before we go, I'm gonna be like, hey, tree, show them the chipmunk hole.
I want to open my hole for them.
Tor is, at this point, he's used to it, but Emery and Sendra do kind of like,
I'm gonna quote
at
that
first, and
myself.
then like, is that where you stole things? That's
Sometimes.
in your
So
stomach.
I'm just laughing. At this point, the dwarf should
You've got like an auto,
At this point, I find the chipmunk hole to be hilarious.
so you can just summon a C-section then.
Sort of. Well, the chipmunks ate it.
Oh, okay.
They burrowed.
They made that hole.
Well, they needed a place to stay for the winter, and I was a tree.
Sendra looks at you, Kaldreg, like, that's fucking right weird.
You haven't seen the half of it yet.
I'm sure I haven't, to be honest. She takes
It's gonna
another
get a lot weirder.
heavy swig. And that is part of the conversation. Is there anything else that y'all wanted to before you go look for a room?
I think I'll
I'm
do a
good to
toast.
go.
Sorry.
Oh, a
Call it a
toast.
night.
All right. What do you say in your toast?
I'm gonna say a toast to basically my dwarven god, whatever his name was again.
It was
Yeah,
Baranar True Silver.
Be like, well, may him watch over us, and if he doesn't, then fuck him. And then
Oh yeah, I can drink to that. They all cheers and toasts to your dwarven patron. For the rooms for the night, it is 1 silver each. If you guys want to get separate, or if you want to get it's just 1 silver for a room for a night. So.
I can sleep
well, I'm
in the
gonna.
bed.
Yeah.
Well, last time you complained about it, and it's gonna be cold out.
Do you ask about
And I
plants,
won't hear
Kaylee?
no complaining this time, so you can sleep in my room, but not in the bed.
Is there a potted plant, perhaps? I
Do
can.
you ask the
sleep
I
barmaid?
will make sure. I will ask one for a pot, and we'll bring it.
Get a
To the
pile
room.
of dirt in the room, and
You
I'll
call
be
in.
fine.
You call the barmaid and say, "Oh, actually, we do have some plants. We can move on to the room if you need."
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, so she calls over one of the servants, and he goes out and grabs a plant from like near the show area where the musicians are performing, and like it's a fairly sizable plant. Still not big enough for you to sit in, but you could dip your fingers in again if you want. And
I'm gonna get a little annoyed. Be like, do you not have anything bigger?
I'm sorry, this is the biggest one we've got.
It'll do.
And he struggles and carries it up to the room.
Where do you want this to go?
By the window.
By the window. Okay.
And he sets it down by the window.
Do you want the window open or something?
Is he still holding it?
At that point, he has set it down. Do you want the window open or something?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I would just like to crawl into the plant and meld with the kind of like, I don't know.
He
Bin myself into
slowly
it.
backs away and he's like, have a good night.
I'll say, all right, thank you, and I'll flip him a silver coin.
He takes it and he's like, gives you a nod like, thanks. And he leaves the room.
And he leaves the room.
All right, and then y'all are good for the evening?
Yeah. Well, before I go to
am.
bed, I go to the window and I make sure it's locked. And then I kind of like look at her and like, and then I go to bed.
All right. And that's, so you guys sleep well. James, you have another wonderful dream. This time you are out on a victorious battlefield. The enemies have been slain around you. A squire comes up and gives you another cup of ale. This time you recognize that it's the one from the tavern that you had earlier. You drink it, you're victorious. Ah! War cry, and the dwarves around you on your army, they're like, ah! We win! Woo! And you sleep well that night. The bed is very comfortable. Enyala, you dream. Actually, as you're falling asleep, you hear in the corner of your mind,
Good night.
No, what did I hear?
Good night.
Greg.
Good night, Greg.
Sleep well.
You
Thanks for-
sleep well.
Thanks for giving me a home.
Can I use my vines to give him to cover him like a little blanket?
Oh, you tuck him in? You tuck him in your hair?
I tuck him in.
All right, and you hear
Was I asleep for all that?
you can't hear this, unfortunately. It's just like a
Okay.
telepathic. You do see like she's like messing around with her hair, and you see like touching the petunia. You're not sure what's going on, but
Petting it, I'm scratching under his chin.
she's being very affectionate towards that petunia. And you kind of like glance down at your petunia, and it's a petunia. It's there. It's still
Yeah.
woven into your beard. So
I need to ask
Alright.
that petunia's name next time. I'm over.
you do seem to feel
We're gonna get a little flour and we're gonna put it in my beard.
Yes.
you do seem to notice that any like drunkenness or headache based effects of the alcohol are fading a lot faster now that you have that petunia wound into your beard. You tuck in your headache petunia and have it say a sweet good night to it. All right,
Come
and
back here.
that will conclude our session. So congratulations, you have made it to level 3